Greetings, everyone. This is LiminalityCarb, and it is time for us to head to the Cosette region. Or it will be after we go try to catch the fish that's down here. Just like... No, not you. Just like with the other glowy fish, this means it's got something in its stomach that we want. So, as we just go through this, we catch it, and lo and behold, inside of its stomach was a moon pearl. Moonstone. Why did I call it a moon pearl? I've been playing too much Link to the Past. Anyway, to get to the Cosette region, we just head on over east from the Franway to this area of wheat, which is aptly named Wheat Road. Hello.
The Cosette region lies east of here. It's a very exclusive place. I've guarded the entrance for years, but I've only been there once myself. They have a big golem population, which is quite novel. Other than that, it's pretty boring. Nothing to see, really.
Well, let's talk to this red-haired guy up here. And, oh, can't get any cheese. Oh well. Ooh, what do you have? Hey, we woke up the guard.
Hello there. This is my workplace. Sometimes I like to sit, but today I am standing. Man, I even sound boring. This place has left its mark on me.
Okay. 425, 426. Don't mind me. I'm just counting my paces. One must make their own entertainment here. Sometimes I'll kick a rock around for an hour. Alright, as a note, he will actually have different numbers of steps counted each time you come here. But, let's head on over.
Hold it! The Cosette region is strictly off limits to commoners. I don't make the rules, I only enforce them. Now, if you had some proof of special permissions, I can allow you to pass. If you do, now's the time to present it.
So, yeah. We can't get to Cosette the normal way. Instead, we need to head back to the Franway. Because if you recall, we unlocked 3 teleporters. The one to the left brings us over to the... Don't hit that switch. Please just don't hit that switch by mistake. Anyway, one on the left brings us over to Pancello. One in the middle brings us to a tie. And the third one brings us to the Cosette region, past the guard. But before we actually head out of here, we're going to hit this switch a few times. Assuming I am not bad with aiming. Which, I'm being bad with aiming. There you go. But hit enough times, and you get yourself an energy gem. And before we do anything else, we're going to head down here because behind the box number 2 is a room with a song puzzle. Unfortunately, those symbols don't make sense to us yet. Also, Franway, if you need to cook, thankfully Fran provides a stove in all of her Franways, which is honestly quite convenient. But out here, we want to jump up here, and if you notice, this weather vane looks a little weird. The bottom's a square, and it's basically giving you the hint. Arrow is left, bird is up, circle is right, square is down. Also, we've got Mr. Planto here.
Look at these tomatoes. All substance, no style. Pathetic. We meet again. You agree with me, right? The soil balance is off here. Fetch me 5 food units, please.
Well, I already have 5 in my inventory.
Lots of traffic expected at this place. An opportune opportunity to display my flower. My beautiful flower, juxtaposed to these ugly tomatoes, will force bystanders to reflect on what is truly important. That's art. In any case, thank you. Receive this as payment.
And he gives us 20 Ren again.
One day, a beautiful flower will sprout here. I shall return to view it.
Well, before we do anything else with that puzzle, I want to actually exit because I want to show, since I haven't done before, every time we've talked to Mr. Planto, once we come back, a flower like that has grown after we've given him his 5 food units. But now we can head over here, since we now know what the trick is for this. So, bird is up, the cross was in the center, circle was to the right, arrow left, up, down was the square, left, up. And we get ourselves 25 Rin, 28 Rin, and a moonstone. Now, back to the rest of the Cosette region. And our next stop is going to be down south at the Pookie Farms. First things first, we're going to come in here. It's great that Grandma spies on my big brother all the time. It means I get free reign of the house. I'm studying to become a baker. My dream is to open a pastry in the big city. Oh, that's a nice dream. That's my assistant golem. She's sleeping. And that's all we get to learn about the assistant golem. Well, let's grab a Cosette cannoli. And let's talk to the grandma. Come on, have courage. You can do it, Rory. Don't look away. Girls like a guy with confidence. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just spying on my grandson. It's clear he likes the girl, but he's kept his distance lately. Things were going so well. I wonder what went wrong. Alright, well, apparently there's some young love trouble going on over here in Cosette. Also, Pookie. Come on, talk to me. Fence looks a little weak here. Perhaps I should get to mending it. Of course, I should try and match the wood types. This fence appears to be made of a rare tree type. I may have to go on a long trip. Leave the farm. Huh. Also, there's a Pero up there that we can't quite get to yet. Pookie are our friends. When you're cold, they'll snuggle with you. And when you're thirsty, they can provide milk. And if you're really, really hungry, they're great at finding fruits and snacks. Also, they make good jerky. Over here, though, to the next building. And a kitty. I wish Grandpa would teach me the real family trade, fighting and knighthood. Not this weak farming stuff. Supposedly, my great-grandpa was a lord with his own castle. If he saw us as farmers today, he would surely be disappointed. Well, I won't disappoint. I'll join the knights. Also, kitty. That went bark bark. But head on over here and let's talk to Grandpa, who's apparently also spying.
Judith, what are you doing? Don't talk to the Pookie. Talk to him. Oh, I'm not a stalker. It's my granddaughter, so it's okay. I merely want to help their stalled romance. Can I ask you to prod them along? You're of a similar age. They'll trust you.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You're a sweetheart.
So that little bit of extra dialogue there would have happened with the grandmother if you talked to him first and then went to go talk to her. Before we head on over to talk to the 2 lovebirds, we're going to grab this crate. Well, metal box. Because it's going to serve a very important use. If the Pookies would be nice. Come on, Pookie. Come on, Pookie. You're almost there. There we go. And now, we can get this Pero. You got a Pero. They taste delicious. But this Pero is probably better put to use producing eggs. It'll be a great addition to the coop back at Pancello. Yep, so we have ourselves yet another Pero for Pancello. My grandpa expressed concern for my situation. I see he is his usual nosy self. Still, I feel I can trust you. Very well. Please, hear my plight. I'm Judith, and I'm a bit clairvoyant. I dreamt that one day, when I am with child, I will be overcome with a strange craving. I'll desire the fruit of an orange tree. Rory, loving as he is, will go and search for it. However, when he goes to pick the fruit, he meets with a terrible fate. At first I thought it was just a strange dream. However, while searching for a lost Pookie last week, I saw it. An orange tree has taken root just a little ways east of here. I've been too afraid to approach it.
Alright, well, that's Judith's problem. Let's talk to Rory. You wish to hear my troubles, even though we're strangers? This is why I like the countryside. People are so nice. Where to begin? Alright, first, I'm Rory. Nice to meet you. Most of my life, I've lived here. I've been to the big city but thrice. I don't know very many people. Still, that never bothered me much. I like it here. Here was where I met the woman of my dreams. Judith is just so wonderful. We've been inseparable since childhood. I figured we were soulmates. However, my dreams of late have been less than pleasant. In my dream, I meet a red-haired girl, and with this girl, my faithfulness to Judith wavers. The dream always ends before I even talk to her, but what if this is not a dream, but a prophecy? A prophecy is something that will come to pass. Knowing that I'll one day hurt Judith, it's unthinkable. It would be better if she never knew me.
No, you can just deal with this. Anyway, though, yeah, so we need to deal with an orange tree and, a red-haired girl. Well, we'll put that on the back burner for now, and let's visit Cosette Village proper. In here is an annoying puzzle. There's 4 of these, and each one lasts for a different amount of time. So it's going to be a little tricky. First things first, let's talk to this golem. There's so much hay here, it can get really dusty. Achoo! That was my simulation of a sneeze. Was I convincing? Yeah, kinda. What I suggest you do, though, is throw a bomb for that one first to give yourself the most amount of time you can. There you go. Throw a bomb at the one in the upper right. Hit the other one, preferably with arrow, because it gives you a little bit more time. But then jump down, and you get some fruit and some fruit jam if you have inventory space available, which I do not, unfortunately. We want to talk to this guy. Why am I running away from him?
Whoa, a new face. That's a big deal around these parts. Welcome to the village of Cosette. You got good worker hands. I don't suppose you'd like to get into farming.
No, I'm good. Also, we can't actually get the paros here. You can hug them to get an egg, but you can't get the pero. Working. The hay is hefty and healthy, fit for consumption. The quadrupedal bioforms will be pleased. Killing the hay airs it out and keeps it fresh for longer. And staying fresh is desirable to bioforms. Yes, it is. My sister has run away after feuding with my mom. Normally, she'd have come home by nightfall, but it's been over a day. I'm starting to worry. If you find her somewhere, could you tell her to come home? Yeah, sure, if I ever find your sister. Thanks. I don't know where she went, except that she headed east. Tell her that mother is beside herself with grief, and to come home quickly. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but, well, yeah. To show the exaggeration, let's head on in and talk to his mom after talking to this golem. After a heated debate with the mother, the daughter of this household has departed for an unknown location. This comes as a relief, since their verbal conflict had an adverse effect on my hearing sensors. Okay. So they got into yelling arguments a lot. My daughter has run away from home, and that's fine by me. She's shown ungratefulness at every turn. It's too much to bear. I'm not even worried that's now the longest she's been away from home. Nope, not worried at all. Yep. Clearly doesn't care. Not at all, pretending. Working. The tomato is ripe and juicy, fit for consumption. The bipedal bioforms will be pleased. Mixing just the right ratio of pookie manure to soil will enhance the flavor of the tomato. That's what the mayor says anyway. I have no taste buds. Oh, you are a robot. I guess they wouldn't give that to you because you probably don't really need it. Welcome to Cosette. It's quite rare to see a new face around here. Call me Henry. I'd be the mayor of this little old place. I'd be happy to answer any question you might have.
Is there an inn around here?
There's a spare bed in my house. Feel free to treat it like your own. We do have another guest at the moment. Strange traveler with a case of amnesia. Friend of yours, perhaps? I'd be happy to answer any question.
So at the end, he'll always say he'll be happy to answer any questions.
There's only a few of us, as you can see. It's possible we might have more golems at this point. Long ago, when I was but a wee lad, there was a famine. Some kind of viral strain that targeted our crops. The whole country suffered as a result. Now we use golems so that the country's food production is off human hands as much as possible. Prevent contamination. That's the official story, anyway.
Alright, what about windmills? We haven't actually seen any, but there are giant windmills in the distance.
Just regular old giant windmills. Nothing to see there. Let's move along, shall we?
Yep, clearly nothing suspicious about the giant windmills. Well, let's head on in. And we have the dojo music. I can't appear to enter suspend mode properly. There must be some sort of malfunction in my circuitry. Or have I caught the human condition known as insomnia? And I'm very familiar with that. Also, this chest, you can open it up with a ricocheted slingshot, but it has money, so if you do that, you won't be able to gain access to most of the money. However, there's a heart rupee and a songstone here. And some obvious notes down there. So let's just play the notes. And it doesn't open. We need to find a clue. And that clue is right in here, in the mayor's journal. So let's read the latest entry, because that is also another snooper that we need to do.
Every morning, I'll wake up and eat breakfast. Next, I give orders for the day to our golem crew. Then I tend to the animals, followed by making myself lunch. The afternoon is spent checking on the local citizenry. Tongue-tied. Some have fences to mend, pookie to share, or just plain old crops that need attending. And they sure do love their gossip. Then I fix myself dinner. Sometimes the dinner comes from my thankful villagers, or just someone looking for company. In this way, I have spent some 60-odd years. And people often ask me, how do you do it? How do you not die of boredom? Well, there's a secret. My secret is, sometimes I'll do this exact schedule, but in reverse. I'll start with dinner for breakfast, and then I'll go consort with the villagers. Then I'll do my chores, followed by lunch. Then I tend to the animals and the golems, and end the day with breakfast for dinner. And that's my secret. Sometimes it's wise to think backwards. And really, that last line was the only part that we needed. Wise to think backwards. So, play the song in the opposite order that you see it. And we get our heart rupee. And we're now at 106 HP. Well, let's talk to this guy. Hi, I'm Eric. Do you by chance recognize this woman? I was set upon by a wild boar out in the field. She stepped in and chased it away. But then she slipped on banana peel and hit her head. Now she's suffering from amnesia. The doctor says she needs to re-experience some things from her past to jumpstart the recovery process. Unfortunately, we don't even know her name, so she's just been staying here. And Gail nods. What's that? You say she's from your village. So, her name is Ayla. Ayla? 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 I'm going to say Ayla. That's a lovely name. It's not too much trouble. Could you bring something to jog her memory? She tells me of a peculiar blue fruit. I'm sure she enjoyed it regularly when she was home. Oh, did you bring the fruit? Thank you. She's blessed to have a friend like you. I didn't realize he was actually going to say that when it was just in my inventory and not being held. Well, how was it? It's sweet. I think I remember something. I remember that I hate sweet things. Interesting. You recall anything else? I'm afraid not. Looks like it didn't work. Sorry to have sent you on a wild goose chase. You look familiar. Do I know you? Do you know me? Who am I? Can I request you to bring another thing from her village? She tells me of a hearty meal she used to enjoy. Pan-fried potato wedges. I'm a teacher, not a cook. Can't see to procuring some. So for these, if you head all the way back to Pancello, in the shop, you can get a Pancello potato. When you cook that, it turns into 4 fried potato wedges. So, we've got them. That smells good. You bring the pan-fried potato wedges. Thank you for going through all the trouble. Let's give it a go. Well, how was it?
Delicious. I think I remember something. I remember that I love savory things.
Interesting. Do you recall anything else?
I'm afraid not.
Maybe food isn't the best approach to fixing amnesia. Sorry to have sent you on another wild goose chase. Can I ask you to search her home for anything that might jog her memory? Let's avoid food items this time.
So we need to head back to Pancello. And she is actually the daughter of the dojo master, and thus the sister of, I forget his name, but the kid at the dojo. So we will handle that later. I couldn't find a date in the city, so I moved to this village. Figured there'd be less in the way of competition. Turns out there's less in the way of prospects, too. Luckily, I've come to appreciate the golden gleam of wheat and the pleasant song of birds. You could say I'm in a relationship with Mother Nature. Well, hey, looking on the bright side of things. Why would my parents send me away for the summer? Do they not love me anymore? I saw a girl in the distance that I thought was cute. Upon closer inspection, it was a golem. My parents sent me to stay with my cousins over the summer to have fun, they said. I thought it'd be boring, and I fear I may be right. At least the Pookie are cute. Perhaps I will give one a petting later.
Okay, well, let's talk to the cousin. Favorite activity of ours is to jump from this here spot down the hay pile below. Now, who here wants to go first?
I think I'll pass on that.
I'm afraid of falling. Another mighty fun thing ours is to explore the dark well of mirrors. Lies just over yonder hill. There's even this weird giant minecart-like thing.
What if it's haunted?
I'm afraid of ghosts.
Yep, so unfortunately, that's all that they have to say. But let's head on here. Don't worry about those boxes up top. There's nothing useful in them. However, down here, we have a box with a ramp and an area that is 1 box high. So basically, jump on this ladder, pick up a bomb, throw it immediately like I did there. Ow! Don't stand where the box is going to fall. But go ahead and now break open this box, and more importantly, this one for another moonstone. Now we can head on out and talk to the other residents. My friend got an apprenticeship in the big city. Notice I said friend, singular. That's because there's no one else my age here. This place is no fun. If I had a letter of recommendation from a noble, I bet I could get a job in the big city. It's all about the people, you know.
All right, what do you have to tell me about this dog? That's my dog, Doggeroo. It's a golem. Everything in Cosette is gang automated. First the people, then the dogs. Maybe Pookie will be next? Maybe. But let's see what's over here. So this is a shop with a bunch of things, none of which that we need to get. Tomato sort in progress. It took a while to learn the correct pressure with which to grip tomatoes. Too much force, and they burst. This reminds me of something from my past life. Something red and bursting. Ah, yes. Strawberries. Yes, bursting strawberries. Not bursting a human, as, you know, it sort of alluded to at first. Oh, you're new around here. It's a small village, so everybody knows everybody. How are you liking our village? I could help you set up if you're looking to stay. Thank you, but no, we're good for now. Youngins, as soon as they get their independence, want to move to the big city. There's no appreciation for the quiet, peaceful life. I guess I can't blame them. I did the same thing when I was young. Well, at least you recognize it. Geo Golem. What? You must have me confused with someone else. Not all Greek golems are Geo Golems, you know. My official job designation is veterinarian. I take care of animals. And up here is a honey drop and a little bit of money. Well, we have one last thing that we're going to do this episode, and that is heading out this way. And then over here to this weird thing in the fields. With, honestly, Cosette has very peaceful music. Just enjoy that music. And the sound... What? Well, I was going to say sound of us walking on grass. But over here, there was a sound of wood, which, just like when we were in the Sandrift region, means make it go boom. And we have ourselves a Geo Dungeon. What is... I keep on letting go of the right too early. But this is a Mega Man, disappearing blocks puzzle. You hear the noise whenever the panel's going to swap, and then you just jump to the next one. Jump to the next one. And to the next one. And then back one because, like I said, Mega Man, disappearing blocks. They aren't always going to be in perfect order. However, if you fail, it'll just loop endlessly. This one is not too bad, thankfully. This is just jump on over, crouch beyond both of them, and you're good. And rinse and repeat. Don't go too far, because if you're too far, you will fall, and it will jettison you just in a way you don't want to go. Now, this one is a little bit trickier. Oh, and that one jettisoned me because of the timing I had. But head on over here. Middle. Then over here. And then we fall down. Back to the middle. And then our final platform up top. So that one in the upper left is never used. But with that, we have completed yet another Geo Dungeon. Hello. Ron, how long has it been since my last visitor? Congratulations on completing the Geo Challenge. You're visitor number 17 to this location. Here's your ticket. Visit the nearest Geo base to redeem it for prizes. Which means we now have enough to get that Geo Jacket, the best armor in the game. Not many visitors come here because this Geo house is in a forbidden zone. Who next will wake me from my slumber? Maybe my very own Prince Charming. Ha ha. Well, we didn't find anyone over here, and we fell down. So you can go talk to the golem again if you want. But with that, we're going to end things here. We have more at Cosette to go ahead and investigate, and we also have to deal with those two lovebirds, as they've given us some quests that we need to do, and we need to head back to Pancello to find something for Ayla's memory loss. As always, though, thank you all very much for watching, and take care.